Hey guys, it's MisterVince, and today I'm getting pretty close to hitting level 10. It might be tomorrow, maybe Friday, who knows. Well, by the time I'm recording this, of course, because, of course, when I record, it's pretty much the day before the video releases. So for this instance, it's Wednesday, June 15th? No, that's 16th. I'm sorry. Anyways, today is Wednesday, June 16th by the time I'm recording this video, but by the time this video gets released, it's actually Thursday, June 17th. So, I'm going to go ahead and continue on. So, today, I'm going to be predicting the stats of the new Rattler. Now, we did see a video about the Rattler, and basically, it showed off how fast it went, but we were not entirely sure how fast it went. Because I believe by the time I'm recording this, I don't think anyone has hit level 10 yet, and I'm getting really close. And, of course, the level 9 box has already went through the letter S, pretty much halfway through the letter S in season, so that's pretty good, not gonna lie. Now before we continue on, if you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and leave a like if you guys enjoyed today's video. Now as I do these type of videos, they're all based on my opinion, and I'm gonna give my honest, stats for the Rattler. They may be incorrect, but that's okay. So, before I tell you guys my predictions, I'm going to explain what the Rattler is. The Rattler is a rat rod, and it's created by a user named Shadow Samurai, who has indeed had their suggestion won as the grand prize for Season 4, which I think is awesome, not going to lie. Now, many people complained that it was a ripoff of one of the Hot Wheels vehicles, but I don't think so, because he did amazing making the rat rod, and I like it. Now yes, the Rattler is actually a rat rod because it has a skull on the front of the vehicle. So if you guys do not know where the Rattler is at in the garage, well for me, it's actually in between the ambulance and the Lamborghini, as you can see. And the value is 100,000, although it's free, but you need level 10. A couple months ago, back in February, I have also made a stats prediction video about the crew capsule. And it turns out it was actually very, very slow for its price. But of course, it makes sense because it's an area vehicle and it should not be too overpowered, or else cops will receive a disadvantage. So that's probably a good reason why. The Rattler is in the hype zone like all the other newer season vehicles. And as you can see, the hype zone is extremely different in this season because the floor and design itself is very different. So as you can see, the Rattler spawns in different colors, which are yellow, orange, blue, and gray. As of course most of the vehicles spawn in, like the Torpedo, the Brulee, and the Arachnid. Now of course, if you try to enter the driver without being level 10, you get a prompt. However, if you click the buy button, even if you have enough cash for it, it will give a message that says this requires a level 10. And you will not be able to buy the Rattler until you get at level 10, although it's free at level 10. Because all the newer season vehicles are free when you hit level 10, which I think is amazing. So like all the other season vehicles that we had so far, there is a level tag on top of its vehicle, and it's slightly below the cash amount. As for this instance, it says level 10. And we have not hit level 10 yet, but if we do, then it will not show it the border layout, and it will not show the bounding box, because it's called a bounding box and not a border layout, because I keep messing up the names. But anyways, so if you look at the Rattler, there is a skull in front, and the headlights are on, so you can see a great example of what it looks like. Well, I guess. Now, a bug in Jailbreak where you can customize vehicles is possible, although it's pretty hard for me because I'm the only player in the server. But if you go over here, and this is my version of this Rattler, and once I obtain it, then this is what it's going to look like. Except that the license plate still says G-042117. Which is a placeholder license plate, making it the only vehicle to not have, a custom license plate compared to all the season vehicles. That is community made, so that kind of sucks, but at least it's just kind of a placeholder. It should have said made by Shadow Samurai, or maybe Samurai, who knows. Now, we had the Beam Hybrid in Season 1, and if you look at the license plate, it says Season 1. And of course, the Beam Hybrid is the only vehicle of all the newer season vehicles that actually says Season 1. That's because it was the only vehicle in Season 1 that you could have got, I guess you want to suggest. But I don't know about the Volt 4x4. I've never actually looked at the license plate of the Volt 4x4. Season 2, the crew capsule did not have a license plate because it was an area vehicle, and all area vehicles don't have a license plate. Now, in about 25 seconds, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the Volt 4x4's license plate. But as far as I can tell, the license plate is on the back of the Rattler, like all the other vehicles, except for a couple, like the bank truck. But anyways, I also noticed that if you customize, then you would freeze. Now, if I customize and look at the skull now, it's weird, creepy, like Herobrine's eyes. Like, wow, that looks insane. Now, I'm not sure if the headlights are on or off because it's pretty hard to tell. But I don't see light coming out of the headlights, so I'm pretty sure it's not on. I think it only emits if you get inside of the driver's seat, so yeah. Now, just like the Beam Hybrid, the spoiler is available, and we're not sure about sirens. I think sirens are available because, well, of course, there's room for the sirens as well. Now, I can show you guys more, and I can apply a lot of spoilers into this. Pretty much every spoiler is available for it, although I can only do it with the spoilers I do have. So if I go over here to, let's say, the 5 billion flags, and I'm just going to go ahead and delete this and save this one. And if I go ahead and go back in the passenger seat, and then here, this is what it looks like. And it actually is more laid out than the Beam Hybrids. This is the Beam Hybrids, and this is the the Rattlers. Kind of, but not really compared to the Beam Hybrid. But it's a little more, but it's not as good as most other vehicles. It's slightly better than the Beam Hybrid in terms of spacing, but still, it's not that good. Now, of course, I'm not sure if it does emit light because I don't actually see any light coming out, and I don't know if the glitch still works because it doesn't do it anymore. I think it doesn't do it, but yeah. As you can see, it looks pretty neat, and I like it. Now, let's go over the stats. So, as seen in Bedimo's video, the Rattler was pretty fast for its price, and I don't know if it's going to be that fast, but I'm going to suggest that it's probably going to be about the speed of a Clary, which is the Charon, if you guys are curious. Although I may be mistaken. It's probably not going to beat the Torpedo because it's really, really low for its value. So I highly doubt it's going to beat the Torpedo. But if it did, that would have been really insane for its price. And a lot of Torpedo owners complained that they needed another fastest vehicle because most of them are just tired of using the Torpedo. And I agree with them. In fact, they should have the Rattler be faster than the Torpedo one day. But, of course, most people are going to hit level 10. Maybe tomorrow or Friday, so probably not, but as you can see, if we go outside the hype zone and we see the light coming out of the Rattler, well, as you can see, there's no light coming out. Even though it emits the neon material, there's still no light. Now, I'm pretty sure it's because the headlights are off. So, like, if they're off, I think they'll still emit like this, and when they're on, they'll just emit light. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on, but I may be mistaken. Now, continuing on with the beloved vehicle, the wheels on any side is different. So the back wheels are pretty big, and the front wheels are just pretty tiny. Let me go ahead and show you guys the Volt 4x4's license plate, and then I'll show you guys more. And it says Volt 4x4, as you can see. It didn't say Season 3, it said Volt 4x4. I mean, that's cool and all, but what the heck, man? Why can you just put Season 3 on there like a Beam Hybrid did? Now, continuing on with the stats, my first one is top speed, and like I said, it's about probably the speed of a Chiron. Not really that fast, but if it is really fast, then that would have been pretty fun. And then we have launch. I think launch is not as good as most other vehicles, but it's still good off the road. I think it's about the speed of the McLaren, so that's pretty decent. And then we have acceleration. I believe acceleration is slightly faster than the Lamborghinis, just a little slower than the Audis, so I think that's what's going to happen for acceleration. And then we have handling, and as seen in the video, the handling was pretty good for the Rattler. Probably not as good as the Beam Hybrids, though, but I probably will be wrong for that, but we're just gonna figure out and find out, I guess. Now, if you guys have already hit level 10 by the time recording this video, then you probably would make me wrong. So just please correct me if you guys have already hit level 10 by the time recording this. But if you don't, and you hit level 10 after this video was made, well, it's already made, so it doesn't matter. But if you guys hit level 10 by the time it's Thursday, then most of you are probably going to be like, yeah, this video is a predicted video, I guess. Now, moving on with the, beloved Rattler. I keep getting confused. We also have another one called off-roading, and the Rattler's off-roading by default is actually pretty good. And it's not the best or the worst. When I did the passenger glitch with the torpedo, the off-roading was incredible. Like, the suspension's really high, but for this vehicle, it's not that high. And I believe it's going to be as bad as the Roadsters, because it's not that high. But I could be mistaken. And because the wheels are just much more far out of the body than most other vehicles, you can actually lift the wheels, which I think is really neat. Not gonna lie. I don't know if the C4 glitch is gonna work really well on the Rattler, because the wheels are sticking out and the back ones are the ones you have to deal with. Not sure, but anyways. Then we have braking, and I think braking is gonna be pretty decent, like the beam hybrids. And I guess that's it for today's video. And another thing, the fire also spits out when you drive the vehicle, so that is really cool. Now, what about the engine? So, the engine, I believe it's going to sound like the Molten and the Airtail, but I may be mistaken. I'm not sure if it's going to have a rumble chassis, or it's going to not have one, like the Chimera, the Torpedo, the Ferrari, all that. And that's it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and as always, my name is MisterVince. Have a great day, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video.